So just a little geography lesson for all you youngsters out there. Oh, that was a little bit of an interruption. Slightly distracting on a bad day. But yeah, the kid did great. He showed up. He had backbone. He didn't cower like some people. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of honesty in that. What else can I say? I believe it's obvious that there have been lots of allegations of abuse that were patently false and manufactured. If you followed this case before it was sealed, I think you'd conclude the same thing. I believe the witnesses were all hitting home runs and just kicking butt for Jeffrey, because the truth prevailed. And it was good to see Jeffrey get up there and just let him have it. You know, it was good to see some passion and fire in him. And you know, boy, here's a concept. When you've got somebody spinning lies and deceptions and, you know, what's the word? Like iniquity, just deception, you know? Lies and trickery that are kind of deep-seated, you know, well planned out. When you're dealing with that, and you're dealing with that in court, it's an awesome contrast to have Jeff get up there and be asked uncomfortable questions, and him get up there and actually admit to doing something that is, you know, wrong and embarrassing. And it shows his character, and it shows that he's somebody who's actually fixable. You know, because no one's going to repent if they're going to lie about the activity. I think overall it's important to note that Jeff is willing to tell the truth, because the door is open to him fixing whatever he needs to fix in his life. And I think that's just great. And the judge is going to see that. You know, again, this is my opinion. Based on body language and the things I know, I believed I saw Stephanie flat out lying and manipulating up there many times. You know, and for her to do what she was doing, and then for Jeff to get up there and just be honest. I mean, he could have denied it and lied, but he was honest about it. It really says a lot. And this judge is no dummy. I think you know what's going to happen. But like I said, I guess it was yesterday. I was making a video yesterday as I was driving to court. I know a lot of y'all saw it. And by the way, please subscribe. I don't have any subscribers, like, you know, relative to what I had. I don't even know if it's 1%, but I'd have to do the math on that. But please subscribe. I know it got like 800 views or 900 views, but I've only got like 100 and some subscribers. So please subscribe, because at the moment, this is the only way to get my information out. As you know, Stephanie Kane filed copyright strikes against me, and I believe she had to have impersonated the Casey County Courthouse, as if you can impersonate a courthouse. But what was said was really interesting, because I don't think it's going to stand up. And do you know what happens if you make a false copyright strike involving forgery or fraud or impersonation of a public official? Just merely it being untrue is bad enough. For example, if I'm offended that Jimmy Buffett, one of his songs, is being used inappropriately, and if I file a copyright strike on behalf of Jimmy Buffett, I'll lose my channel. I'll be banned from YouTube forever. I think YouTube looks at that as worse. That's actually worse than committing the copyright violation itself. You don't do a false. And I believe Stephanie absolutely did a false. Folks, I think they're going to lose their channels. It's just going to lose time. It's just going to take time. I believe all their channels will be gone forever. But we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. And I'm not here to gloat over someone's misfortune, but I think if you analyze the situation, this is not me gloating over something bad happening to a true, honest Christian. These people are false as the day is long. They're not Christians. I don't see fruit of that. I just don't. So, you know, Titus has no business, in my humble opinion, or not so humble opinion, however you want to look at it. He has no business making a daily Bible study for children. The guy's got an 8th grade education, okay? And it wasn't seminary. The things he has said on that Bible study for kids involving the M word, ends with station or station or bation. That's it. The things he said should never have been uttered in church or a children's Bible study. And the fact that he doesn't get that shows it really, in my opinion, really illustrates that he should not be around kids or making a YouTube channel and videos for kids, for lack of a better term. Oh, it's a beautiful day out here. You know, I'm starting to like Casey County. This is my 15th trip up here. I got the, you know, I got this. I don't even know what you call this. You know, it's not a goatee, obviously. I call it the Outlaw. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it the Outlaw, the real Outlaw. Doing that, that, you know, that hoarse voice is making me hoarse. Not that kind of horse, but anyway, yeah, you know, I got the Outlaw going on. I'm walking down Henson Creek Road. You know, I got the cowboy hat. You know, this place is starting to grow on me. I've got a message here for the real Henson Creek Christian Outlaw. GoFundMe hero, GoFundMe zero. Pretending you have all this land, going on YouTube and begging for money. The only legacy you leaving on YouTube is a YouTube embarrassment. You need to straighten up and act like a real man. If your mom ever says you can leave the basement, the only flames you ever fought were in your trailer when you tried to cook a frozen pizza. You tell me, fake outlaw, Bethel Ridge hero or Methel Ridge zero? Who are these people that think they can get, where do they get off? They towed my vehicle a quarter mile, okay? Didn't charge me for the tow. Charged me $178.99 for an alternator and $60 labor to install it. Then they apologized to me because it took too long, even though it was done same day. Towed me in the rain, worked on it in the rain. Who are these people? Who are these people? They're not on, they might be also on Calvary Ridge Road, I'm not sure. But they're on South Fork Creek Road. I never seen anything like this. Back home, this would have cost, they probably would have hit me for $800, $700, $500, I don't know. But $60 labor for all of that is just, yeah, it's incredible. Good people. Thank you, Laverne. I mean, you know, you're honest and you're not focused. This is an alternator replacement, parts and labor, taxes included, and a tow, okay, in the rain. No appointment. I was broken down. This is the kind of stuff that, you know, these are the kind of businessmen that go to heaven. I'm just saying, that's honest. He sleeps at night. I'm just saying. Thank you, Laverne. Something totally unexpected happened the day. Well, actually, several unexpected things happened the day. But one of the really neat things was that I saw Samson for the first time since October of 2023, over a year and a half ago. So, you know, Samson was, when I first went to Titus's, he used to camp inside the rainfly of my tent. The first 2 nights he'd sleep right beside me. I don't know why, but he just loved me. And when he loved somebody, he loved them intensely. He is the sweetest dog. Now, Archie got jealous of him or whatever it was. Him and Archie got into it, and Archie actually bit him on the ear, and it got infected real bad. And when me and Christian left that first time, well, I guess the second time, in October of 2023, that ear was so infected and so bad that, you know, I kept telling Titus, yeah, that probably ought to take him to the vet or something. And I know that for whatever reason, he ended up just getting rid of Samson. But today, I randomly ran into the owner of Samson. It was the best thing.
Oh, sit down. There you go.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you, Samson. What do y'all call him now?
Buddy.
Buddy. Samson, buddy. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, he knows. He knows. You know, so I think because I was in the moment, I was so shocked to see Samson for the first time, I never thought I'd ever see him again. So because I was in the moment, I didn't very well capture the moment, but I believe it was right after I stopped shooting this video that Samson realized and recognized who I was. He started jumping up all over me, licking my face, and just gently nippling my ear like dogs will do if they really trust you and they really know you, if you know what I'm talking about. And this guy loves Samson and takes him with him just everywhere. So just for context, there is a YouTuber apparently in New Jersey or New York State or something, someplace up east, who calls himself the real Henson Creek Christian Outlaw. So, if you will, I'm copying the so-called real Henson Creek Christian Outlaw while walking down Henson Creek Road. Right in the middle of everything, if you will. So, take it with a grain of salt. Let me explain that better. There's a YouTuber called The Real Henson Creek Christian Outlaw, and he pokes fun at Stephen Henson, who is the YouTuber called The Henson Creek Christian Outlaw. So I'm poking fun at a guy who pokes fun at a guy, if you will. And so I guess the point, one of the things you can draw from this is this whole Henson Creek situation has children and grandchildren of its own. It just kind of keeps growing. If you want to look up The Real Henson Creek Christian Outlaw on YouTube, he's pretty funny, and then you can maybe see a context, and this will make more sense. You just can't be me, fake outlaws. Sunny Valley Store. We got the sunniest store in the sunniest valley with the best bread, the best personnel, the best smiles. We ain't Amish, we Mennonite. Sunny Valley Store. We got the sunniest valley and the sunniest store. When you're in Casey County on your way to court to testify against a horse banging, when you're in town from Alabama on your way to court, a court case involving a false prophet, take your truck to Heritage Auto Repair for all of your false prophet auto repair needs. Your beard is longer than your job history, and that's not a compliment. Embarrassing the Henson name, and you're not even a handsome man. Your beard is longer than your job history, and that's not a compliment. How can you have 4 GoFundMe's running and still can't afford soap? You don't need money, you need calcium and Jesus. You look like your last bath was when we had the rains and your yard got flooded. You tell me, fake outlaw, Bethel Ridge hero or Methyl Ridge zero? I'm reticent to even talk about this, but something really big happened yesterday. I was on my way to visit Solomon Hirschberger's grave. It's on an Amish farm, and when I was up in that area close to there, I just kind of randomly ran into some people, a couple of people, and they told me something that I told them immediately. I was like, you're going to have to be subpoenaed. This is crazy. This is amazing. And they're in it now because they have to be. It's groundbreaking stuff, and it has the possibility to change the nature of everything in this situation. And it's just mind blowing. It's absolutely mind blowing. But yeah, that happened like right before I left Casey County, and I wasn't necessarily looking for anything like that. It just kind of fell out of the sky. So you'll find out in time, and it's just. I don't know. It's almost like a God thing. It's just absolutely amazing how it happened. It just, like I said, these people just kind of emerged. There you go. Okay, sorry for being so vague.